Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Saturday the 1st, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly earlier than I wanted to. Puppy decided I need to start roaming around and making noise and whatnot. Didn't sleep real great. The boxer I had in there with me is not much of a sleeper. He is like full ADHD, like just hyper all the time kind of thing. He has a hard time staying down. But luckily, even though he was moving around a lot, the other dogs ignored him in the room, which made it a little bit better, but it was not great. So one dog basically slept under the bed, which the boxer's too big to get under, and the other one slept on the bed with us, so it couldn't really get to him or get to her and bug her too much and whatnot. So overall, it all did pretty good. Everybody kind of found their spot, but the pup just kept, that pup, I think he's over a year old now, but the boxer just kept moving around quite a bit and never really fully got settled. So anytime the dog's moving around, a lot of times it wakes me up and kind of keeps me on edge. Luckily, the dog's out in the living room. Bistro and Bruce were out there, and they slept through the night without any issue. A little bit of fireworks in the overnight, but not too bad. By the time I went to bed, it all stopped, thank goodness. So it wasn't like they were out there barking at fireworks and whatnot, but didn't get a lot of great sleep. But got up, got the dogs out, brought the other ones from the living room in, and I was gonna kind of look to make sure Bruce didn't poop the house up out there when he's out in the living room. He's not in the bedroom with me, and didn't see anything stuff, so I headed on out. We got them all outside and hung out the dogs for a while. Basically, I chill out there until everybody else in the house kind of gets up and moving around a little bit. My wife stayed in bed for quite a while. She was up but didn't tell me. I always ask her, like, hey, let me know when you're awake so I can start bringing the dogs in, getting them fed and all that kind of stuff, and she forgot to tell me. So I was out there for what seemed like a bit, and flying to the hill, I was like, I gotta get them fed. It's gonna be, late enough in the morning. I want everybody to get their food in them, and I headed back in, and then she was awake. She was just on her phone looking at stuff. So we got the dogs all separated out, get them all fed, all the good fun that comes with it. Ended up hearing from the owner of the one dog, it's like a year old, it's going home, and it's been here for a week, and they said they're gonna pick up. I got that scheduled out. Everybody got fed. I wasn't sure if I should feed him or not, because they have a long car ride back out there heading up north, and I was like, well, they didn't tell me not to, so I went ahead and fed him, and there's gonna be a few hours before they got there, so stomach should settle enough, shouldn't be a problem. But went ahead and hung around, and I heard Mom talking about, I guess Bruce had decided to poop in the front sitting room, and I didn't check there, so I guess he had some diarrhea, which is never good. It doesn't happen very often. I think what happened was, I think he got into the other dog's food. I had it out there, and the one dog is more of a grazer, so I left his food out for him. And I think Bruce, I hadn't specifically told him not to eat that dog's food, so I think he kind of got a little bit rambunctious. He's getting a little bit more brazen with his bad behavior of eating other food, and his old age. I think he now knows that I'm not going to yell at him, because at this age, I'm just like, yeah, live your life. Problem with it is basically any other food gets you diarrhea. So unfortunately, it was later in the day than normally eats than our new food also, which I wasn't certain which dog ate it, because I just came out and it was gone. So I wasn't sure if it was Bruce or if it was the pup that ate it. And after the diarrhea, I'm certain it was Bruce that ate it. So that sucked. But Mom got that cleaned up best she could. Whatnot, so that's always a fun thing. So we hung out in the morning for a while. They came, picked up the dog, and it's funny because I guess the owner, the husband dropped it off, and then the wife picked him up, and he was super excited to see it. Her friend was like filming it and stuff, like the dog greeting her and whatnot, and all the excitement there. But I guess she hadn't seen the dog for like a week before the stay even started, because she was visiting her brother, I think it was, that just had a baby. So a whole bunch of things changed in their time plans and what they were doing and whatnot. So she'd been with them, helping them out and whatnot. So she hadn't seen her dog in like a week before the stay, then a week here. So it's been 2 weeks since seen her dog, and the dog was pretty happy to see her. Which was funny, because last year I watched the dog, because I watch the dog once a year. And when last year they'd only had the dog for like a month, and I came back after the week, and the dog was all barking at him and stuff, and like aggressively barking at him, like didn't want to go with him, and kept trying to go back in my house. And it made him really sad, and I kind of forgot about it until she mentioned it. I'm like, oh, I do remember that now, because the dog was like really kind of like, no, I live here now. Like, it was pretty funny. So, but yeah, we had a good little chat and laugh about that. So they headed out, went back in, hung out with the dogs for a while. Everybody else getting along pretty good. Randomly there'd be fireworks pop off every now and then. My wife and mother had taken off to the store to do grocery shopping and whatnot, and I asked them if they'd run up and return an item to the UPS store and then go back to Amazon. I'd waited too long. I should have done it before. I just kept forgetting. I never go that way, and when I was going away, I'd forget it, kind of thing. So that is what it is there. But they went and took that back for me, and then they took off before the meet, or they picked the dog up. So no big deal there. Went back out, hung out with the dogs for a while. And I said, hey, I want some mangoes and some apples. So I texted my wife. She got back, and then eventually looked at her phone and goes, oh, I just now saw that. And I'm like, no big deal, don't worry about it. So it's all good. I guess she ended up buying me a shirt also. They went to some clothes shopping and whatever they wanted to do. And she bought me a medium, and I can wear a medium depending on the brand. And I like it a large though better, because it seems like it fits more into the shoulders and stuff and whatnot. It gets a little tight in the medium, especially long sleeve. I can't do mediums because my arms are long. But I put it on and like it fits. And if you want me to wear it, I can, but I prefer a large. So said she'd take it back, exchange it, no big deal. So we chatted a little bit and talked and stuff. She also forgot to get cream soda, because we've been wanting to buy some cream soda to try with the Fireball. Supposedly it tastes like cinnamons, so we're gonna hopefully try that. And she said she completely just forgot about it, didn't even look. So it is what it is there. But so is there something I was forgetting? So we kind of laughed and joked on it. Hung out with the dogs for a while. Decided to go get my run in. Went and got my run done. And my foot's still on fire. Just foot sucks, but it is what it is. So kind of living with that whole thing, and then got back to the house, hung out for a while. Ended up having basically like cheese and sausage, basically melted cheese and sausage, like a chip dip, and they put it on like tortillas and whatnot. They had some chicken. I just shredded my chicken up, and my wife cut it all up in little pieces of stuff. I pulled apart a little more, and then I put it on top of a bowl full of nachos, little Tostito rounds. Mixed the cheese and the chicken, all that stuff, stirred it all up, and kind of made like plated nachos there. That's what I had. I ended up making too much. I couldn't eat it all, so I had to throw some away, which sucks, because I'm not good about, I hate wasting food. So when I put too much on my plate, I end up eating more than I should, because I just hate throwing my food away. But after a while, I was like, screw it, it's food. So I threw it away, and then whatnot. We watched an episode of Seinfeld, and then there was another movie that my mom asked if we'd watched yet and stuff. I said no, and Karen hadn't watched it. So I just put it on. It was early enough in the day, and it was still hot outside. So hot. So we started watching it. Wife sat down in the chair next with me. We kind of cuddled up in the chair and started watching the show, and it's really kind of dumb show, but it's our movie. My wife thought it was a series, but it's a movie. And I think we got like an hour into it, and then I felt like I can't stay here anymore, and it's killing my body with whatnot. But they said something about this or that, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I've fallen asleep like over half this movie. I've been asleep. So I do my best sleeping laying on the couch behind my wife, but apparently I do a pretty good sleeping in the chair behind my wife too. So kind of is what it is. But yeah, I hung out there. Mom's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff you missed. I'm like, I'll go back and watch it later. So, and I have literally virtually no idea what's going on in the movie. So I'll probably go back and watch the first hour again by myself out there with the dogs, and then we can finish the rest of the movie once I kind of know what's happening and kind of have an idea where we're at. So it is what it is there. But yeah, went ahead, and from there ended up back outside, took the dogs out, had a nice cigar, just to relax in the weather and hot. But I already started shooting off fireworks, and of course some of the dogs get spooked, some of the dogs don't care. Tried to bring all the dogs back inside. Half of them didn't want to be in, half of them did, so I ended up splitting them up. Some of us are outside, some of them were inside with my wife and that, and pretty much just chilled out. So overall it wasn't too bad. Everybody kind of settled in for the best part of it. Wasn't too horrendous, but it was a late night. I stayed up a little late, because it's better for me to be up awake if the dogs start barking at fireworks than being startled awake like 30 minutes into a sleep. That just wrecks my my sleep patterns really, really bad. So it is what it is. But yeah, overall, great day. Nothing major happened, nothing really great, nothing really bad, just kind of a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.